2% of the population causes 90% of the crime. So when you start decimating that 2%, boom, that's why we have the... It's an amazing number when you think. Ilhan Omar, did you see what... Did you see that wise guy? You know, she's always talking about the Constitution, provides me with the following. The Constitution, she comes from a country that's a disaster. So probably it's considered, I think, the worst. It's not even a country. They go to one thing, pirates. But they don't do that anymore. You know why? Because they get the same treatment from us as the drug dealers get. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, President Trump delivered a phenomenal speech today. There was a lot of information that got shared around. I've done my best to condense everything into this video, the good, the bad, the ugly. This is going to be really good. If you stick around for the full thing, all I ask in return, it's free to do, is for you guys to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. It helps more than you could ever imagine. We're going to start off with something light. CNN. Let's see what a former Trump economic advisor, Stephen Moore, said on CNN. They hate to air this. I'll tell you, they do not like airing this.
Look at the facts of the economy. It is a booming economy. The latest report is almost 5.5% growth in the fourth quarter, which is an incredible number. We haven't seen that in recent memory. We've got gas prices down. Inflation is headed down to the 2% target. Median family income last year was up $2,500. Those are people in the exact middle, adjusted for inflation. I mean, I could go on and on with the positive elements of this. Look at the...
Yes, we like to hear it. And it's funny because not only is this airing on CNN, but you also have CNN anchors that have been forced to admit that prices are actually coming down and that President Trump is doing a phenomenal job with the economy. So they hate to report it, but we all love to see it.
Despite the strong efforts of the fake news media, we are starting to see the historic success reflected in tremendous polls. We have great polls. In last week's Rasmussen poll, we're leading among Hispanic voters. We're leading by a lot. Nobody's ever seen a Republican lead among Hispanic voters. Hispanic voters don't want crime. People don't realize that. Hispanic voters want strong borders.
Dude, people of color don't want crime. White people don't want crime. Nobody wants crime. Oh my goodness. I don't know why the media tries to fearmonger against this. It's just simple. It's common sense, really.
Because they know what's coming in and they don't want them. They're great. They've been great. We did so great in the election with Hispanic voters. We did so great with black men. We did so great with white everything. In yesterday's RMG poll, a clear majority of Americans support our deportation policies by a margin of 10%. Now, I don't know why 10%, because I don't think it's even, wouldn't you say like 100%? Who the hell would be against? Maybe somebody that hates our country. In a recent Harvard-Harris poll found that 80% of Americans support our unprecedented operation to deport criminal aliens. In other words, 80%, that's more like it, of the people support our operation to remove really dangerous, bad people out of our country.
I would actually argue it's 100% because the people that don't like it right now, they liked it when Obama did it, when Joe Biden did it, when Bill Clinton did it, when Bush did it. But for some reason, because it's Trump doing it, oh my goodness, Trump derangement syndrome. So if you factor in the people that don't like it now, but that liked it previously, plus the people that like it now, you almost have 100% of the population is in agreement with what President Trump is doing for deporting the illegals.
And in a Reuters poll that just came out, Republicans are leading on the economy by a lot and leading on immigration by a lot, and the crime, they're leading by a real lot, by almost 20 points. And in Real Clear Politics average net approval, the Republican Party is more than 10 points more popular than Democrats.
Well, yeah, I mean, go figure. People are waking up. More and more people are just using their common sense and realizing that the Democrats are fear-mongering, and that mainstream media like CNN is fear-mongering and spreading what they call mis and disinformation about stuff. I mean, at what point do you realize that you're being lied to continuously by the people that are wanting your votes? Right? Well, Democrats are starting to slowly wake up. I mean, good for them, I suppose.
Read much about Minnesota, where, unbeknownst to the public, we have brought down crime very substantially in Minnesota. We've taken out thousands of hard criminals, hardened, vicious, horrible criminals. You don't read about things like Washington, D.C., where there is virtually no crime, and it was horrible a year and a half ago. Memphis, Tennessee, which was a real disaster, and now it's down. Crime has dropped by 78% in the last 2 months. New Orleans, Louisiana. I was asked by the governor of Louisiana to help them with New Orleans. It was a disaster, and crime is down 54% in about 3 weeks. You don't read about that. And we've done all of this by taking thousands of criminals out of these states. We took over 2,000 people out of Washington, D.C. These were criminals. You know, if you remember, about 2% of the population, it's a very simple business. 2% of the population causes 90% of the crime. So when you start decimating that 2%, boom, that's why we have to, it's an amazing number when you think. These days, you know, it's just crime over and over and over. 2% creates 90% of the crime. Isn't that amazing? It's not that complicated, is it? In 1 year, we've achieved the largest drop in the murder rate in the history of our country. Drug overdose deaths are down by 21%, the largest drop ever recorded. Nobody is able to come into our country except for those that come in legally. We want to have people come in legally. We need people to come in legally, but they have to show that they can love our country, not hate our country.
That's right.
They have to show that they're not going to blow up our shopping centers, blow up our farms, kill people. They're coming in legally, but they cannot come in unless they come in legally into our country, and we're letting some great people come in. They have to show that they can love our country. They have to be proud. Not like Ilhan Omar. Did you see what... Did you see that wise guy? You know, she's always talking about the Constitution provides me with the following. You know, the Constitution, she comes from a country that's a disaster. It's considered, I think, it's not even a country, okay? It barely has a government. I don't think it does. They go to one thing, pirates. But they don't do that anymore. You know why? Because they get the same treatment from us as the drug dealers get. Boom, boom, boom.
How can you not love this guy?
I don't care what ship they're attacking. When they attack, when we see them going in, ping, that's the end of that.
How can you not love President Trump? He literally says it how it is. We boom, boom, boom. They get the same treatment. Oh my goodness, man. I freaking love Trump. He's the best.
Also making it a lot easier to buy a thing called a house, the American dream. Last week, I signed an executive order to ban Wall Street and large institutional investors from buying up all the single-family homes in America. Because we don't want America to become a nation of renters, and that's what they forced happen. I mean, you have these companies, they own 5,000 houses, 20,000. One has hundreds of thousands of houses. We don't want that. We want people to be able to buy houses. At the same time, I want to keep the value of the house very high of those people who already own a house. We're not forgetting about them because they don't necessarily match those two things. You know, we get the prices down. Well, what does that do? Very important to me, more important to me, is, you know, people have become rich by owning their home. We're going to keep them nice and rich. Is that okay? You know, nobody, I'll bet you've never heard that before, right? But people own a home, and for the first time, their home, it's a certain, we're not going to bring that price down. I want to say, let them be rich. But we're strengthening Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac that you've heard about, and in the last 12 months, those institutions have supported over 22,000 Iowa families in purchasing or refinancing and saved over 3,000 Iowa families from losing their homes. We've come out and really helped a lot of people keep your home. And despite a bad Fed chairman, a guy that has no, we call him too late. He's too late. Jerome too late, pal. He's too late. He wasn't too late before the Democrats on the election, then he was too early. But he wants to keep rates as high as possible. Despite that, we've driven rates down. You know, when you're really good, you can get them down despite everything, because ultimately it just sort of follows nature. Mortgage interest rates are now at the lowest level in 3 years, and new mortgage applications are up 30%. By the way, well, we have a great Fed chairman. I think we're going to have one. I'll announce it pretty soon. You'll see rates come down a lot. And refinancings are up 100% compared to the end of the Biden term. Up 100%.
Wow. Man, President Trump just has this phenomenal skill. The way he talks, it just sounds relatable. We're going to keep prices of houses. We're going to make sure that if you own a house, you stay rich, but we're going to make it affordable so that other people can get houses. I mean, who else can talk like that, right? It's so bizarre. It's so refreshing. That's what I mean. It's refreshing having a leader, the leader of the freaking free world, mind you, just be able to speak like this so that maybe you too, I don't want to speak on your behalf, but a regular person, I'm like, yeah, I like this. This is awesome because it's so different than how other politicians talk. And I know Trump is not a politician, he's the president, right? But historically speaking, but it's just so good. It's so good. I think that attributes to why he's so liked.
So in Minnesota, they think it's $19 billion. If they think it's $19 billion, triple it or quadruple it. And if we catch a lot of this fraud, and I felt it for a long time, but now we know what's happening. And the answer is, yeah, there will be accountability. It's one of the little problems. You know, I happen to think, and I've said it from the beginning, that a lot of what's going on with respect to Minneapolis, you know, with what's happening with all the hoopla, is so people don't talk about. You
think it's a distraction?
I've said it from day one. It's a distraction because what you don't see is that we have hundreds of accountants from Todd and from all of the different people. We have hundreds of accountants going over everything that's happening, and we're finding fraud on top of fraud on top of fraud. And I think that they don't want that to happen. You're talking about $19 billion. Probably that's a minimal number. Now, you take that and you go to California. You think California is better? I would say California is worse. It's totally out of control. They don't know what they're doing out there.
Not looking good for Ilhan Omar, I'll tell you that. I mean, she's in Trump's crosshairs, and that's not a place anybody would like to be.
He has posted that you have retreated in Minnesota, Governor Gavin Newsom, and he is encouraging people to keep the pressure up.
See, I haven't heard that at all because it's just the opposite. I was called by the governor yesterday. I was called by the mayor yesterday. How do we do something? Please, how do we do something? I think it's bad for them. I don't think it's bad for us. I think it's bad for them.
Yeah, you'll have to see what Governor
But it's not
Newsom
a question
posted.
of retreat. We want safe cities. Whether it's if we took a lot of the crime out of there. We want safe cities and states. We want a safe country. And again, we just got a report done by Democrats that the country is the safest ever recorded right now.
He has posted that.
Wow. I mean, that is phenomenal. And I mean, Minneapolis specifically is about to be way safer now that local and state police, whatever, are working with ICE to start to remove these rabid rioters, not even protesters, because when you protest, usually it's peacefully protesting. These people are destroying hotels, burning cars or smashing cars, looting, beating people up, threatening agents, trying to drive their cars into agents, trying to pull guns out on people. Like, it's just bananas. And rice. That's the new saying now. You can't just say something is bananas, right? This shit is bananas and rice. BANANAS RICE, right? You have to include bananas and rice now because that's just too funny not to. But Trump is really doing it. He's really doing it. He got Tim Walz to surrender. He got the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, whatever his name is, to surrender. He's going to have Ilhan Omar probably self-deport or deport her at some point. I don't know. I think a lot of people would like to see that, but that's in the video, folks. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. This is awesome. I love listening to Trump. Chances are, if you're this far in the video, you do too. So let's show our appreciation. It's free to do. If you haven't yet already, hit the like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in another video. Bye for now.